Welcome back to the channel. For those of you in the UK, you will have noticed that the days are getting seriously shorter, which slows plant growth and reduces the likelihood of soils drying out enough for us to plant any more crops. In the past, during these winter months, I have produced videos about gross margins, crop rotations, and reviews of my big management decisions. But I would like you, the viewers, to help tell me what you want to hear about. So this week, I'd like you to vote in the comments box below about next week's videos. So your options are: number one, the review of crop establishment. So we've got three methods this year: spin it on, Claydon and the Sky. So let's call this review crops. Number two, did the low input crops pay off? So let's call that low input. And the third option is a review of the decision to combine spring barley early. So let's call that spring barley. So your three options to vote on: number one, drilling review; number two, low input; number three, spring barley. So put the comment down below and we'll see what the winner is. Thank you. So last week I saw this tweet from Bassef with a video talking to Ed Ford about his zero tolerance of blackgrass policy. But what really interested me was the conversation that followed, all about BYDV and aphid control. So it starts with Michael asking Ed, do you think spraying for BYDV is necessary? So it's worth reiterating what BYDV is. Barley yellow dwarf virus, or BYDV, is a serious disease of wheat, barley and oats. In wheat, yield losses on untreated crops average 8%. However, it can be as high as 60%. It is estimated that each year 82% of the crop area is affected by BYDV if it was left untreated, which would cost the industry on average 136 million a year. BYDV is transmitted by cereal aphids feeding on crops in the autumn. In the UK, bird, cherry, oat aphid and grain aphids are the main vectors of BYDV, the latter of which has confirmed resistance to pyrethroids. Ed replies that all his September drilled wheat and barley had been sprayed, but he'd always used deter in the past. So deter is a neonicotinoid seed dressing which has been removed. BYDV is characterized by yellow spots which grow in size over the winter as infected aphids jump away and carry the infection with them, increasing the size of the infected area. Aphid control has major implications for our regenerative system. Looking at the integrated pest management triangle and starting at the bottom, we hope that by not using insecticides, we carry a larger population of natural enemies and antagonists. We use the AHDB forecasting tools and the BYDV Assistance app to try and identify when we breach the 170-degree days and start field scouting. When it comes to the next layer of the biological and physical controls, we hope that neighbouring cover crops provide beneficials, but in reality they travel less than 80 metres, so their use is somewhat limited. What about physical controls? Well, unlike slugs where we can use a stubble rake, the only option open to us is to minimise the green bridge available to aphids, so we try and minimise grasses in cover crops prior to winter wheat. This is because we're not willing to use chemical controls, the final capping layer of the pyramid. So, your three options to vote on. Number 1, drilling review. Number 2, low input. Number 3, spring barley. So, put the comment down below and we'll see what the winner is. Thank you.